Are you confused? What is the next step in your career? This is your life, goddammit. This is Jobsworth.
Hello and welcome to Jobsworth, the show dedicated to helping you find the job that you're worth. Where have we been? Well, we had to take some time off because, well, firstly, as I'm sure you're well aware, it goes without saying, don't it? You know, if you must have been in a bloody cave if you're unaware of what's been going on. You know, obviously I'm talking about the court case, which I'm pleased to say I won. I definitely did not touch her inappropriately. So, yes, on a technicality, there was contact between my testicles and the pupil, but firstly, they were well within the confines of my undercrackers. And there's a big difference between being a dirty pervert and getting bloody kneed in the groin by a teenager who hadn't taken the tablets that day. So, I was just a bloody victim in the wrong place at the wrong time, and despite those videos going viral of me lying in the corridor screaming at a very high pitch and crying, I'd just like to put it out there that any bloke who's caught unawares by a 15-year-old who's a school shot put record holder, twice the bloody size of me, you know, lashing out at the first person he sees with a swift knee in the pleasure centre, you know, they do exactly the bloody same. So, think on. Yeah. And of course, there's also been a global pandemic to contend with, and only now are we allowed back into the studio, albeit with social distancing. Of course, social distancing is nothing new. Well, not for me, because I was married for 3 years before she ran off with a woman. Fully experienced in social distancing and not by choice. So, sadly, there's been some job losses and a lot of uncertainty, but who knows? This could be an opportunity to start again, to find something new and better. And who else is better to help you find your way than me, Kevin Dunn, careers advisor to apathetic teenagers who care more about the numbers of likes on their social media posts than their actual capacity to earn a living in the future. Yes, I may not be a key worker or considered a proper teacher by many of my colleagues who teach at the schools I visit, but that's okay because during furlough I've managed to get through my entire collection of Stargate and completed a 3,000-piece jigsaw, so, you know, not all bad, quite productive. But perhaps I can share some guidance, you know, some gold to anyone else out there looking for a bit of steering in the right direction, or anyone who's disappointed with the crap grades, like those who didn't really care much about their mock exams and didn't put as much effort in as perhaps they should have. You know, gold such as don't be a careers advisor, because it's crap. I know it's been ages since the last one, but I'm still in the same boat, you know, looking for a career change in myself, maybe showbiz, a bit of voiceover, a bit of radio work, whatever. You know, seriously, do get in touch if you are. Right, I've been told to move on here from behind perspex, so all right. So here we are. We'll be doing much of this via a video call, but we will still be hearing from a guest who shares insight into their career in the hope that it inspires you, lights a flame of hope within you, so you don't have to distract yourself from your job by looking at the Daily Mail or cat videos or whatever's trending at the moment. We'll also be doing some regular features, including Doppleganger Jobswap, Vacancy of the Week, and a new feature entirely, which, to be honest, should get me some sort of award, in my opinion. So, with lockdowns, a pandemic, recession and all that, one line of work won't be going anywhere. If anything, might be needed a bit more, you know. And that is what my next guest works in. I'll give you a clue. He's probably got a long arm. That's right, ain't it? What about if I was to say that I hope you have no objection to being interviewed? Surely that's got to make sense. Hello?
No.
Okay. Well, what about if I were to say that I hope he tells the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Come on, work with me, eh?
Sorry, I don't follow.
All rise for our guest today via the wonders of modern technology, Michael Cockle.
Who It's pronounced Cockle.
It says Cockle here.
It's French pronunciation.
Right, I get you. They'll edit it out. Please welcome, Monsieur Michael Le Cockle.
That's still incorrect, and actually I think that's an outdated, somewhat offensive stereotype.
Is that an objection?
Yes, it is.
Overruled.
What?
All right, let's not fall out. We only just started. Let's get to it. How many years did you spend at law school?
I haven't been to law school.
All right. What was it, like a YTS sort of thing, was it?
A what?
A youth training scheme? Or was it an apprenticeship?
Neither. I saw an ad in the window, applied, got it, and started on a Monday and got on with it.
What, just like that?
Well, yeah. I was shown the ropes, then it took me a few days to fully get to grips with everything, but it wasn't that hard.
Now, that really surprises me, that does.
Does it?
Yeah. So what's your specialism?
I'd say I make a pretty good caramel macchiato skim, extra hot, extra shot, extra whip. That's sugar-free.
Right, so I get you. Caffeine powers you through the really long sessions, I get that, but I was thinking more on the lines of, defence or prosecution.
I'm sorry, has there been a mistake? I mean, I think we've got some wires crossed here.
No wires crossed, right? I thought that barristers specialise in either defence or prosecution.
I'm not a barrister, I'm a barista.
Is this a French pronunciation thing again? Or
I thought you were a careers advisor. A barista works in a coffee shop.
My paperwork here says barrister. B-A-R-I-S-T-A.
No, that's barista.
I don't bloody believe this. I mean, I've got loads of questions about law and that.
I haven't got any experience in law apart from getting arrested for using my right to freedom of speech.
Well, they're written now. I mean, shall we just run through them and see how we get on?
Like I say, I'm not an expert. I study social policy at uni currently.
Useful. Right, who is the best judge? Is it Judge Judy, Judge Dredd, or Judge Grinder?
Who's Judge Grinder?
He's on in the afternoons, little blonde camp fella. Very posh,
I think that's Judge Rinder.
Afternoon telly. Of course. Student would know.
Excuse me, I do work 3 afternoons a week in an artisan coffee shop, actually. Can we talk about coffee?
Okay. Maxwell House, Kenko, or Nescafe Gold Blend?
Neither.
Correct. The correct answer is that the only hot beverage you should chuck down your gullet is a strong cup of Yorkshire tea.
I think coffee, real coffee, with fair trade sourced beans, brewed to the correct temperature and served after being crafted to perfection in a uniquely bespoke way for the customer, is a greater enhanced experience than your working class pond water.
Whoa! Hold on a minute.
It's art, it's taste, it's stimulation, it's tantalisationalism, it's life. It's a scream in the face of mediocrity. It's a power-up. It's a middle finger to the far right. It's a placard in a protest march. And the shock of seeing an attractive celebrity with hairy armpits saying no to white privilege and gender stereotypes.
Well, I haven't got a bloody clue what you're talking about. No offence, but I don't think people will really give a monkeys, to be honest. High-flying barrister, maybe, but a bloke who serves pretentious coffee for the price of an organ on black market.
Excuse me.
What have I said now?
You refer to me as a bloke?
And what's wrong with that?
How dare you assume my gender?
Hold on a minute, right? Before you get carried away with being offended about that, your name is Michael, right?
Yes, it is.
And you've got what looks like an attempt to grow a beard.
But that doesn't mean I identify as a male.
Fair point. My ex used to have a 5 o'clock shadow stronger than Matthew Kelly.
Who's Matthew Kelly?
He presented Stars in Their Eyes.
I don't know what that is.
It's where ordinary people and go on telly, dress up like famous singers, they sound like, and then they sing and then the audience vote,
I don't know it.
Well, it's a bit old, but it's bound to be on one of the old channels, Serious one was a bloke who won as Nat King Cole. You never guess because he was a white bloke and they had to, give him makeup and that.
How offensive.
Well, no. I mean, he had to look like Nat King Cole, didn't he? I mean, he sounded like him, but that's the point, you see. You can't go on a shirt if you don't have a huge wig and skimpy leather and fishnet clobber on, can you?
Are you a misogynist, Kevin? I've noticed in previous episodes a distinct lack of female voices on your show.
Yeah, well, it's difficult when it's all made by one bloke, isn't it?
What?
Nothing. I'm not a bloody misogynist, right? I've just won a bloody court case.
What for?
Never mind. I mean, I can't believe you haven't even seen Stars in Your Eyes, Have you not seen old Christy Berg singing Lady in Red? And then behind him, the real Christy Berg turns up. And then you realise how much the winner actually doesn't look or sound anything like Christy Berg.
So we've now established that you're racist, misogynist, and you assume people's genders.
Right, hold on a minute. Right, what's that you got on your head?
It's called a top knot.
Okay, right, I've heard it called a man bun. You know, that's ruined my argument, really. That was, originally, I was going to ask you if it was a wig and a clever segue about barristers and their wigs, you know, but well, we know that panned out, don't we? But that's not the point, right? The point is, how am I supposed to know how you identify when, by all intents and purposes, you appear to be male?
I actually think it's quite ignorant to assume, Kevin, and I think your antiquated, closed and highly offensive mentality is exactly the problem with society today.
Hey, hold on a minute. I beg to differ there. I've got to put my foot down there because, you know, I've seen a couple of episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race, so, you know, I think you're wrong.
No, I think you're still being a bigot. You're still assumed.
Okay, you know, enlighten me. Tell me, how do you identify?
Well, I identify as a male, but that's not the point, is it?
You are? Right, so I was right all along then. You know, I unbelievable. I mean, you just want an argument, don't you? You know, all that for nothing.
You're still a bigot.
Cut him off. No, we're done. Bloody waste of time. Just wants an argument. Bloke gets offended every time I open my mouth. Right, don't get me wrong now, right? If someone is born a male but feels they want to live their life as a female, good on them. You know, if someone's born a female who wants to live their life as a male, maybe even have a little extension added downstairs, you know, that's up to them. Good luck to them. You know, I've got no issue with it. But if some people take it a bit far, don't they? I mean, even some schools are getting a bit OTT with it now. We had a staff meeting a few months back about one lad who no longer identifies as a male. Doesn't want us to use any male-associated pronouns. I said, OK then, how do they identify? They said, as a bloody warlock. You know, I said, hold on a minute, this is Chichester Comprehensive, it's not World of Bloody Warcraft, you know. And another time, we had a staff versus pupils board games tournament, right, for comic relief. And I was playing Guess Who with a 16-year-old girl. And I went first, and I said, is it a man? And she said, I don't like to assume that I know their gender. I mean, how was I supposed to bloody win, you know, when I was up against that? I bloody need a cup of tea now or something bloody stronger. I don't know, play a jingle for a bit, please.
Jobsworth.
I've just had a cup of tea, Yorkshire tea, and a couple of custard creams, and all is well once more. So, fortunately, we managed to get another guest, so consider this a special 2-for-1 episode, and remember that when you leave a bloody positive review. I haven't got any questions on his expertise, so I'll be flying solo here, so Radio 5, take note. So my next guest is a man who you might want him to, you know, you might actually want him to get his hands on you, you know, especially if you're in pain. He's a chiropractor called Timothy Flange.
It's pronounced Flange. Actually, Kevin.
Right, don't start that nonsense. Let's get straight to it. Do you know anything about law?
Okay, only avoiding it.
Hey, very good. Oh, this could be a lively one. Says here, chiropractor, not comedian. You are a chiropractor, aren't you? I
am indeed.
Can you please tell our listeners what that entails, please?
Basically, what I do is I manipulate the body, realign the skeleton, and remove aches and pains within the body.
Right, like an osteopath.
No, nothing like osteopath. Don't ever mention our professions in the same sentence again.
Which profession's that?
Chiropractic adjustment and osteopathy.
Well, you just did it.
Osteopaths and chiropractors, we don't see eye to eye, you know.
Well, obviously, you know, that's more of an optometrist sort of thing, you know. Or an optician.
Yes, I suppose so.
Or an ophthalmologist.
I haven't heard of that one.
But essentially, you both sort out people's aches and pains through what I've read online is something called manipulation.
That is correct.
So what's that then? Is that like some sort of blackmail?
No, it's manipulation of the body.
And you don't get locked up, but I got to court for getting a knee in the Jacobs.
We move the body and correct any misalignments of the skeletal system.
So I imagine it's been difficult then during lockdown.
No, I've been busier than ever.
Well, how does that work then?
I've been using technology, I've been using the Skype.
You are?
Let me tell you, modern technology is a wonderful thing. Speaking of which, is this going to take much time? Because I need to do a Zoom yoga class at 3.
You do yoga?
No, I just like to watch, you know.
That's disgusting. Is it any good? I'm being told to move on. So, how do you deal with joints and that when you're not even touching them?
Well, Kevin, I deal with joints in more ways than one, if you know what I mean.
Can't say I do.
Have you seen my website?
I haven't, but am I going to have to slap the researcher again?
I deal with medical marijuana.
Cannabis.
That's right. My practice is called Wacky Backy Chiropractic.
Right, someone's getting a slap.
It's a very ancient, somewhat esoteric art. Not many people do. I don't actually need to touch you see. I can do the rounds. I can drop off the medicinal herb. And then help a few clients at home at the same time. Ease them of their pain right here, Shet, right here where I am right now, talking to you.
You're sat in your car, aren't you?
That's right, I am. You might hear the rain on the roof. I'm parked outside one of my neighbors. They have good internet speed and an unsecured Wi-Fi connection.
And how did you learn this ancient esoteric practice of, ripping people off?
I studied long and hard. It was an online course over 3 weekends.
Right. Brilliant.
It's amazing what you can do online. You know, last year I became a fully qualified dolphin trainer.
There you go, kids. Fail your A-levels. Not to worry, become anything you want through an online course. Become a brain surgeon without even touching a scalpel. A mechanic without touching an engine. A chef without stepping into the kitchen.
That's right. And next year I'm getting into the restaurant business.
Are you?
That's right. Japanese cooking with a special herbal twist.
Let me guess.
That's right. It's called Wacky Backy Teppanyaki.
Genius.
You get high, you get the munchies, you eat more, and if you burn yourself on the hot plates, doesn't matter. You're too stoned to feel it.
We've basically got a bloody drug dealer here, a bloody con man. Right, it's time for Doppleganger Jobswap.
When your name is the same, you're a doppelganger. This is Doppleganger Jobswap.
Right, two people, same name, swapping jobs for a week. This week we have Ronald Flotchell, an art critic from Daventry, Tewkesbury, and Ronnie Flotchell, a parkour instructor from Dirty Mouth. Hello, gentlemen.
Good afternoon. Hi.
So, Ronald, you're a well-respected and highly regarded art critic. You're used to critiquing artistic composition, interpretation and technique. But this week you've been interpreting technique of a physical kind. Quite a change for you. So how'd you get on?
Well, it was very challenging, Kevin, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, that's the point of it. You know, you've got to push yourself, Ronald.
Well, I'm in a wheelchair, you see.
Right. Probably not the best choice of words. That in hindsight. But let's have a look on the bright side. At least we don't have a snowflake barrister boy. You know, barrister boy, whatever. Him, her, whatever. You know, I don't know. So, Ronald, I take it you didn't do much parkouring then?
Well, what do you think? The practice centre didn't even have a wheelchair ramp. You know, that would kind of defy the object of it.
Not your turn, Ronnie. You know. Is there nothing else that you learned from the experience?
Well, I discovered I'm not very great with heights.
Vertigo?
No, it's just that, you know, on a rooftop in a wheelchair, I almost died, I did. Hello, Ronald. If you're injured at all, then I can probably help you there.
You can't do that. I mean, technically, he's in charge of a vehicle. Ronnie, how did you get on? Did you feel like you gained anything from the cultural experience?
I was asked to go to an art exhibition in Camden that was all about colour.
Sounds good, was it?
It was a load of shite.
Right, language, Ronnie. You know, youngsters listening.
Well, it doesn't help them colourblind, does it?
Probably not.
Ronnie, I bet I can help you see in Technicolor, man.
Can you pop him on mute? Anything else to share?
Yeah, well, at one point I needed the loo, so I go into this cubicle and do the business. But I didn't realise that the toilet was actually bright orange and actually a piece of art. And not until I discovered that the toilet roll was a solid sculpture and the loo wouldn't flush. So
Yeah, Ronald Flotchel is now known as the art world's harshest critic.
I can't believe that you've ruined my bloody career now, innit? I'm gonna bloody hear from my solicitor.
I will leave it there. This bloody feature's nothing but grief.
When your name is the same, you're a doppelganger. This is Doppleganger Jobswap.
No Teen Junction this week. It's time to have a new feature. Besides, there aren't many teenagers who really care. Having been off school for months, cooped up in their bedrooms with the internet and some old, solid, smelly socks, So it's time to focus on the other end of the age spectrum. So it's been announced that pensioners are going to lose their free TV licences. I don't know much about the detail because my research is crap and I couldn't be bothered to look it up myself. But I don't need to research to know that it's wrong, and there are pensioners who will struggle to pay for it. So something needed to be done. And that's where I, Kevin Dunn, professional careers advisor, steps in. This is OAE.
They're making you pay to watch TV. Wasn't it free? Yes, it used to be. But what if you're struggling with money? Become an old age employee.
Tell me you didn't pay for that jingle. It's crap, ain't it? Did you get a receipt? Cash in hand? Serves you right. Yes, I'm doing my bit for elderly to help out. Not all heroes work for the NHS or other emergency services. I have to mention the others because I don't need more complaint letters coming in. I'm going beyond the call of duty here, and I've actually found some jobs for these old uns. Cue music. What music is that? No, more upbeat. Come on. Like Top Up Pops. Something like that. That'll do. Right, here we go. Derek, 76, from Wigan. You start Monday. Furniture removals. Wear a mask and remember your inhaler. Maggie, 67, Plymouth. Web designer. Wear a mask. Frank, 70, from Stratford-upon-Avon, dog walker. I've checked with the owners and they're okay with you using your mobility scooter, but please pick up the shit and wear a mask. Doreen, 82, Cheltenham, Meals on Wheels. Don't get picking at the goods, Doreen. And all you want for an healthy snacking, wear a mask. Barry, 68, Milton Keynes, Dorman, wear a mask. Jean, 72, Watford. Get your foot in door, Jean. Literally, you're going to be a bailiff. Wear a mask. Duncan, 76, Tenby. You're going to be a fakey reiki healer. Don't think too much, just make it up as you go along.
I know some great online courses.
You can bloody stay out of it. Wear a mask, Duncan, alright? And finally, Edith, 89, St Albans, exotic dancer. So, bit of dancing there, Edith. You may be asked to get your bits out and slide on a greasy pole, but I have been assured there will be a full risk assessment, and if anyone tries to touch the goods, then Barry, 68, from Milton Keynes, has got the green light to take them outside by the bins where there's no CCTV, if you know what I mean. Or wear a mask. And when you're all resting at home watching Murder, She Wrote on telly after a hard day's work, think of me with my OBE or whatever you get for good deeds these days. Yeah.
This is your life, goddammit.
We're almost out of time here, but it wouldn't be Jobsworth if we didn't hear from our resident recruitment consultant from Fickle's Recruiters. It's Chris.
Hey Kev, how's it going, mate?
You know me, Chris. Still breathing.
How's you been getting on with the furlough and all that?
What, time away from self-centred sacks of acne, you know. That's just some of the bloody teachers, you know. Can't say I missed it. How about you?
You know, I've been finding it pretty tough because, I still live with my mum at home and she's been doing me heading, like.
And has the job market slowed down?
Well, there's jobs out there, like, but you gotta find them. I'll probably say that any listeners looking for a job to get in touch with me so I can help them.
That's very considerate, that, Chris. I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
Sod that. I need the commission if I'm going to get him here.
You look different, actually, Chris. What is it?
Well, I've not been able to get on the tanning beds for the start. Don't even talk to me about highlights.
I've never seen you with a monobrow before.
There's been no eyebrow threading going on.
Yeah, what's the vacancy of the week? I want to go home. And Timothy wants to watch that yoga class. I hope he's got hand sanitizer.
I have the hand sanitizer. I have the man-sized tissues. I have some hair conditioner.
Disgusting. Chris!
Well, we've all got to accept the new
I
normal.
won't say it.
What new normal?
Too late.
And people are going on their holidays and coming back, getting stuck in quarantine. So I've got an idea where I can get our listeners covering for those stuck in quarantine for 2 weeks. I call it quarantine cover.
That's not a bad idea, that.
I know. So I've got a great opportunity to cover for an electrician, an anaesthetist, and a balloon pilot for a couple of weeks. So get in touch with me at Fickles and we'll get you in for a quick Zoom interview. You won't even have to wear trousers.
But obviously only if you're a qualified electrician, anaesthetist or balloon pilot, yeah?
Don't worry about that. I want me mate. It's only a couple of weeks. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, I don't know. How about death?
Don't be daft. I'll be fine, mate.
If you want to learn a trade, I know some good online resources.
Are you on commission or what, you know? What's that? Is that a bong?
That's right, man. I'm getting ready for the yoga. It helps me to relax, unwind. Let me tell you, my friend, getting high before some self-love is an incredible thing, All the nerves, they're extra sensitive. It really does comes alive.
Right, we've cut him off and all. Right, well, that's it. It's been a while since we've done one of these, but I'm sure you'll agree that I've been the exemplary professional broadcaster that I'm renowned for being, and if anything, it was the researcher and guests who let us down. But despite that, begrudgingly, I thank Michael, Timothy, Ronald, Ronnie, and Chris, and you for listening. So please like, share, and leave a positive review, because we're not far off catching up with that Joe Rogan podcast, and Spotify might, be in touch to offer us 100 million for exclusivity. So, yes, that's sarcasm. Goodbye.
Nice to be in orbit.